Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for this is April 16th, 2025. My name is Garrett.
And I'm Kevin.
And we are your co-hosts. Glad to have all of you here with us today. Hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. Kevin, how has it been for you?
It's been okay, just getting ready for a big thing that's coming up, so I don't want to say anything yet. But
yeah, not really going to affect the live stream too much, hopefully.
Hopefully
but,
not.
We'll get there when we get there. But as for me, it's been all right as well. Work still works. School is still schooling. I only have 3 weeks left of this class, so.
And I think we're just waiting until next week, too.
Oh, yes, because we have a fun thing going on. So
yeah,
we'll talk about that after, though, after we do that. All righty. Let's go ahead and get into these here. Hola, muchachos.
Hola.
Hola. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far.
Mm-hmm.
Foxmaster Aussie Theaters got the freak out recently. I don't know what you mean by that. I haven't seen any stories. Is it because of the Minecraft shenanigans going on? Because
Probably.
Everyone finish your taxes? Yep.
I didn't know we had to pay. But yeah, I did it.
I was just saying, you almost gave me a heart attack for a second. Yeah, luckily got it done. Got a credit card paid off, so that's a wonderful thing. So good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the stories this week, and we start today off with a big one, Kevin. We've been waiting for almost 100 years for this. The Oscars have finally added a Best Stunt Design category. It's about goddamn time. It only took 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stunts have been there since the beginning of film, but who cares? We need to give casting directors and everyone deserves an Oscar that works in the film industry, but or the film process. But come on, this should have been so long ago.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
I think it's just going to be a way. Hopefully, we get some more Oscar potential for more publicly available movies, more blockbusters and stuff.
Yeah. Well, another thing is think about the people who didn't get this award now that have been in the past. John Wick would be a good one.
Top Gun Maverick, John Wick, Fall Guy. I'm thinking a bunch of different stuff.
So many other. I was going to say Police Academy, Police Story with Jackie Chan, right?
Oh yeah. A lot of potential here. So really excited to see what it's going to. This isn't going to be starting though until the 2028 Oscars. We still have 3 years to go. Which will be the 100th anniversary of the Oscars. So it will be on the 100th anniversary show. We finally get the stunt design category.
So is it every 100 years we get a new category?
Well, no, we're getting the casting director one next year.
Oh, okay.
But it's rare when we get new categories. So.
Okay, gotcha. Well, some other news: Beetlejuice 3 Minecraft gets updates. Will be happening immediately, according to one.
Imminently.
Imminently, according to Warner Brothers. What is that? The name of the Minecraft movie?
Beetlejuice 3 and Minecraft 2. Whatever the Minecraft sequel.
Oh my gosh! I thought it was Minecraft gets updates because Minecraft always gets updates. Oh, I thought that was the name of the movie.
No. So yeah, Beetlejuice 3 and Minecraft 2 are they're apparently writing out the deals right now to get these things started. They want to do them as soon as possible.
Beetlejuice 3 don't care about. Minecraft 2 I kind of want to go see actually, just to see if it's worse or better.
Well, they probably won't take in any of the criticism, and they'll just make something else that's going to have people yelling something in the theater. So, who knows?
Yep.
Next up, some really exciting news. There is a Star Wars horror movie or show that is in development, says the creator of the Andor series. Yes, please.
Yeah, because that's a scary. I don't know. Star Wars is scary. Could be very scary situations.
It depends on what kind of story it is. If they go the route that the director of The Monkey wanted to do, and do Darth Vader's nightmares, that would be fantastic. I don't remember the name of it. It was Star Wars Death Squad or something like that, which was where Han and Chewie came upon a Star Destroyer that was taken over by zombies. Give us something good here. I want to see some scary Star Wars, and I think you could do it in a way that still could be PG-13. and could get younger audiences. So, like, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. It just depends on who's behind it.
Yeah, who's behind it? And let's see that first trailer or teaser. That would be sick too.
Exactly.
Next up, Killer Clowns from Outer Space remake in development by Ryan Gosling. I like the original though, so I don't know.
I like the original, but Amazon has reportedly given him the money he needs to get this off the ground, which is a lot of fun. I love the first movie too. It's probably one of the best cheesy bad movies. It's so bad it's good.
Yep.
I actually own the movie, which is, you know, really rare for those kinds of cheesy movies. But it's cool that we have a big name like Ryan Gosling, who is clearly a fan of it and wants to help kind of get a new version of it. So, you know, I'm here for it.
Let's see how it looks. That's all I care about.
Can't really pass any judgment until we actually get it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, next up, Mikey Madison has reportedly been offered a role in Sean Levy's upcoming Star Wars movie alongside Ryan Gosling. Yes, please. I would love to see Mikey Madison in more things. She's a really talented actress, deserved Best Actress win this year. And I think she'll be a good fit if she gets into the Resident Evil movie that's upcoming. And I would like to see what she can do for Star Wars.
She's going to be in a lot of movies coming up.
That's what tends to happen when you win an Oscar, is they want to get you in more stuff. So, and she's also young enough. She was on SNL. Like, they're going to try and get her in more stuff. So,
gotcha. Okay. Well, next up, I flipped those. The Godzilla x Kong sequel cast Jurassic Park's Sam Neill, which is cool.
Dr. Alan Grant is going to be in a King Kong and Godzilla movie.
And now it's going to be Jurassic Park King Kong crossover.
Right? I mean, it's totally different studios, but, you know.
Nope, it's happening.
I mean, obviously, we don't know anything about this sequel yet. No trailer, no plot, nothing. We just know that, of course, New Empire was a huge hit. So they're going to keep making these. I mean, it's pretty easy. You got just CGI monsters. You just keep throwing random humans in there.
And so it's action. That's it.
Yeah. Just make the human stories good. Like, learn from Godzilla -1. That's all I have to say. Next up, Jesse Eisenberg's next movie is a musical. Jesse Eisenberg just last year gave us A Real Pain, which got a couple of Oscar nominations this year. This year it is entering into production. The movie follows a shy woman who is unexpectedly cast in a community theater musical production and goes to extremes as she loses herself in the role. Apparently, Jesse Eisenberg has written the original music and the lyrics for the movie. So,
interesting.
Pretty interesting kind of step from A Real Pain, but some pretty cool stuff as well. Also, we did figure out, according to a podcast, that Eric Andre, the comedian from Adult Swim and various other projects, was originally supposed to be in A Real Pain, playing Jesse Eisenberg's cousin. But then the role ended up going to Kieran Culkin because I guess Eric Andre said, like, this is not my typical thing usually. And then watched as Kieran Culkin got the Oscar for the role he passed on, and he was like, damn it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, looking forward to that one though.
That would be cool. I don't know if this one, everybody's looking forward to this one. Aladdin is getting a horror remake titled Aladdin, the Monkey's Paw. A modern-day Londoner, Aladdin, inherits an ancient monkey's paw believed to grant wishes, only to discover that every desire comes at a soul-crushing price. The synopsis reads, As those around him fall victim to the curse, he must confront a growing evil and the demonic force that feeds on every wish made. Okay, I guess. I don't.
I mean, I want to see a trailer first.
It's gonna be like the Mickey Mouse things. I feel like
Screamboat and
yeah.
No, I mean, well, you have to see a trailer first, and it depends on who's making it and who's in it. So
yep.
All right, some awesome news. I really appreciate this. The Brutalist will be arriving on Max on Friday, May 16th, 2025. So, Kevin, if you're looking for something to do in May while you're doing your thing,
oh god, dude,
there you go.
I just had a senior moment. I was like, isn't today May 16th? Oh gosh. Okay.
No,
okay,
it's a month
cool.
from now.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. A lot of award nominations, a lot of award wins. So, if any of you haven't seen it yet,
was it Best Picture,
Best Actor, as well as Best Score, and there was something else I think it got.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here you go, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm up. The Conjuring Last Rites director Michael Chaves
Chavez.
Chavez. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is working on Yeti movie. Cool. I don't mind not seeing a Bigfoot movie or a Yeti movie. I haven't had those in
I haven't really had a Yeti movie in a while.
Yeah, I know we
At
had
least a big one.
We had Sunset Sunsquatch or whatever
It's
it was.
Sasquatch Sunset, but that was more like a comedy.
Comedy,
This sounds
yeah.
like it'll be a horror.
Cool. I'm down for it. I mean, it's a different genre that we don't get usually, so I'm
In
cool.
a different setting too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Speaking of horror movies, Under Paris 2 is official. The script is now being written. This is some unfortunate news because Under Paris 1 was
You didn't
really
like that,
bad.
right? Yeah.
That was real bad. But it was very popular on Netflix, so of course Netflix is going to throw more money into sequel and try and get more views. I mean, hopefully it's better than the first one. I'm going to take a positive stance. Hopefully it is better.
Just like Minecraft. Hopefully it's better than the first one.
Actually do the Ender Dragon, which they should have done in the first one.
Oh, that was cool. So cool. But you know what? We don't make the stories here.
Yeah, exactly. We should.
We should. Yeah. Companion will arrive on Max on April 18th, 2025. So on Friday, right?
On Friday.
Cool. Very awesome.
Yeah, I would recommend this one. It is so far. I want to go ahead and double check this real quick. I want to say it's in my top 5 of the year so far. Give me 1 second. My lists. Where is it? Currently, it's 6th on my list. The top films of the year so far. So, as far as a full length film, it's 5th. So,
Okay.
definitely would recommend it if anyone wants to give it a shot. It'll be on Max.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool.
And finally, the upcoming Magic the Gathering live-action film is eyeing the director of Blackberry, Matt Johnson, to direct. I have not seen Blackberry, so I will probably check this out to see if it's a director that I would want to do a Magic the Gathering film. I play Magic the Gathering, not as much as I like to, but I've got cards on my desk here, so I do like Magic the Gathering quite a bit. So hopefully it is done well. That's all I need to say.
And for me who doesn't play Magic or anything like that, I hope it explains it, not like dumbify it, but explains it and then goes on with the story more too.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the last story for the news this week. So let's go ahead. We got some comments that came in here. Google's the word imminently. I don't know which word. Oh, imminently. Duh. Pretty much means immediately. Like about to happen. Like they want to do it as quick as possible.
Okay.
Casting director. Why does that get an award? So I choose who gets in the movie. Can I get an award for it, please? Not necessarily. I mean, the casting director is the one who is responsible for picking the right person for the job, right? If we didn't have the casting directors, we wouldn't have some of the best casts in films that we've had. We wouldn't have had all the right picks for heroes in the MCU or in DC, right? We wouldn't have gotten Heath Ledger as the Dark Knight. I mean, sure, the film's director can have someone in mind, but the casting director is the one that seals the deal. They make sure that they get the person. They work with the agents. So it is an important thing. But stunts should have gotten an award first.
Yeah.
For sure. Casting is lower on the list of importance, but it is still important. 100%. No, don't remake a classic. Well, if it's got good money behind it and it's got people that genuinely love it, it could be worth it.
It
Who knows?
be.
We haven't seen anything yet. This is just a rumor out on the street. So, good. We can get away from the 2019 Aladdin remake from Disney and Guy Ritchie. I mean, the 2019 one wasn't too bad, considering all the other ones we've gotten, but it still wasn't that good. An Aladdin horror movie, cinema is doomed. I mean, we got a Steamboat Willie horror movie.
We had 2.
So,
Steamboat
and we had 2
Willie.
Winnie the Pooh ones. I think we'll be fine. I mean, I think there is a good horror concept to be had on a genie and a monkey's paw type thing. I think there is a good concept there. I think tying it into Aladdin is where the film can go off the rails. but I think that helps sell it to investors, and it's a recognizable name for people and all that. How can HBO Max get a very long film, split it into 2 parts?
The Brutalist.
I don't know. Shouldn't be split. I mean, you can watch it in 2 parts, but it is one movie. With the movie and all the tie-ins and crossovers for the cards, isn't Magic getting close to being overexposed? That's something that I think a lot of the Magic players have been worrying about for a while. But more products doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. Like all my decks are like Warhammer or Fallout right now, which isn't core Magic lore. But I don't know. I don't think it's overexposed. I think that they're trying to get it more out there. I don't think Magic is as well known as like Dungeons and Dragons, which is also another property for Hasbro and all them. So who knows? I mean, probably not. I would say give it a shot and we'll see if it lands. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. It's popular enough where you're not going to ruin the game's legacy by releasing it or anything.
Yeah, like Minecraft.
I mean, Minecraft is going to be just fine. But let's go ahead and talk about the trailers that came out this week. Kevin, what stood out to you?
Thunderbolts, and I'm going to say Eddington because we watched it before we got on. But those are and the Roses looked really funny for some reason. It just looks crazy and hectic. But those two, I mean, I'm really excited for Thunderbolts. I can't wait for it to come out.
2 more weeks.
And Eddington looks interesting. I don't know what else it has entails for it. And then the Roses just looks like batshit crazy fun. And not in like an action way, just in like getting a divorce way, which is kind of funny. Yeah,
it's a black comedy about parents getting divorced, and it looks like it has Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, who are 2 fantastic actors. So very much ready for that. I'm also right there with you. Thunderbolts and Eddington looking great. But I also think The Life of Chuck is shooting up to the top of my list for some really anticipated stuff this year. I think it looks like a very sweet film from a director who does mostly horror stuff. So kind of a nice genre change.
When we watch The Life of Chuck, it looks like something your mom would go watch and is crying throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll be crying throughout the whole thing. I cry like a wuss sometimes. But those are the trailers that came out this week. 2 more comments here. Why does Thunderbolts have an asterisk? So that is a part of its name, which will be explained by the end of the movie. It is an actual story part of the movie. So a lot of people are speculating that they'll be the Dark Avengers, which are like the more morally gray team. There's rumors of someone who will show up at the end of the movie. I'm not going to say it out loud because I believe I got that from a screening and not a rumor. So it might be true, and I do not want to spoil anything for anyone. But it is part of the movie.
Interesting.
Wait, there's a sequel to Observe and Report? No. That was in regards to the trailer at the end, which was Aliens Uncovered, Observe and Report 2. No, it's just another,
alien movie.
UFO documentary with a title that happens to mirror a movie that came out, 2008? So has nothing to do with the movie Observe and Report with Seth Rogen. So you're good.
Oh, okay.
But let's go ahead and talk about the box office last week, Kevin.
Yeah, box office figures. Minecraft surprisingly not dropped down to number 2. It's number 1 with 78.5 million. The King of Kings with 19.4 million. The Amateur, really good, 14.8 million. Coming at 4th is Warfare with 8.3 million, and Drop a little bit farther down than I expected with 7.4 million.
Yeah, there was no way that any of these movies were going to beat Minecraft this week. I mean, no. You think about like all chicken jockey shit aside, it is bringing people to the movie theater, which is a good thing at its very basest essence, right? But I mean, what they do to the theater, not so much. So, anyhow. But that is it for the box office. I don't know why I couldn't speak. Jeez. Isn't Snow White and Seven Dwarfs supposed to be there? No, it dropped out of the top 5 this week.
No,
it has not been making much money recently, which is rare because I feel like the Disney movies have kind of, even the ones that aren't that good, like Mufasa, have stuck in that top 5 for a while. But no, Snow White's dropped off. But let's go ahead and talk about the movies that are coming out this week. And we got some really interesting ones. Up first is Sinners, a movie that I'm really excited for. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Super excited from this. This is the director Ryan Coogler of the Black Panther films and of Creed. A very, very good director. Also starring Michael B. Jordan in the twin brothers role. Period piece horror movie, which I am so down for this. Getting some of the highest reviews of the year so far. So very excited for this one. Up after that is Sneaks, a movie that I think just looks terrible. When a designer sneaker unwittingly finds himself lost in New York City, he must dig deep into his soul in order to rescue his sister and return to his rightful owner. This movie looks AI generated, and and obviously it's not AI generated, but it also looks like, you know, those really bad like Uber Eats or like DoorDash commercials. It looks like something like that. I don't think this movie is going to go anywhere. No. It's probably going to suck. So, but if you want to go see it, go right ahead. Up after that is Colorful Stage, the movie, A Miku Who Can't Sing. Shibuya teen musician Ichika meets Hatsune Miku after hearing her song in a store. The pair work together to help Miku forge emotional connections through music. Obviously, this is a Hatsune Miku music. Movie, excuse me. I don't know why I said music. So if you're a fan of Hatsune Miku, I'm sure you're going to go ahead and see this. But I will say, even as someone who is not a fan of Hatsune Miku, this movie looks gorgeous. Like, it looks like some of the best animation of the year. So I am excited for it on that part. We'll see if it is and does end up being anything worth seeing. And lastly, we have The Ugly Stepsister. Follows Elvira as she battles against her gorgeous stepsister in a realm where beauty reigns supreme. She resorts to extreme measures to captivate the prince amidst a ruthless competition for physical perfection. This looks like from the... I'm just going to read out the genre tags on this movie. Okay. Body horror, satire, slasher horror, comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi.
So if it wins an Oscar, what does it fall under?
There's no genre for the Oscars. You're talking about the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
Probably be best comedy or whatever. Surprisingly, it does have some pretty decent reviews, getting a 71 on Metacritic. And I believe this is coming to us from another country. I want to say somewhere in Scandinavia. But it's from Norway. So, okay. But yeah, that's some pretty decent reviews. So if you're interested, go check it out if you like body horror. Alrighty. And that's it for all the planned, scheduled, written parts of the thing today. Let's go ahead and change up this music real quick, which I am sorry, I did forget to change the music's volume earlier. So hopefully you could hear us towards the beginning of the show. But this week, Kevin watched 1 movie.
Yep. And
I watched 5.
Yeah.
So I'll do 3, you do 1, then I'll do 2.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
So we'll start mine off with Miracle at St. Anna. This is a film that I watched for my World War II class on the module, which was World War II and race. This is a film by Spike Lee about a battalion called the Buffalo Soldiers who actually served in Italy during World War II. So one of the only all-black platoons, which was really cool. I wish the movie would have focused on that, because then it gets caught up in this narrative about this miraculous magic marble head and the 4 soldiers that get lost from their unit and help defend a town. It doesn't really feel like a World War II movie. And the worst part, this is made by Spike Lee, one of the best directors in the industry, and it does not feel like he made this. It looks cheap. It looks bad, I will say. The colors and the costumes and everything look bad. I do appreciate how it focuses on the part of history that we don't really hear a lot about, but it should have focused on that more. And instead of telling this weird story, there's other elements to it. There's a modern day element where one of the soldiers kills someone in cold blood and has to go on trial. It lacks focus. and I would say it's not that good of a movie. Even Spike Lee himself doesn't really like this movie.
Oh, interesting.
But what I will tell you is a good war movie is Warfare, which we just talked about in the box office. This just came out this week. This film could have easily been another propaganda piece, something like American Sniper, right? Which is, American military good, brown people bad, like that kind of message, which this does not have. This is directed by Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. Of course, Alex Garland just did Civil War last year. Ray Mendoza is co-directing this. Ray Mendoza was the military advisor on Civil War, but more importantly, is the main character of this movie and actually was in this situation because he is a veteran. This tells the tale of something that he and his squad were trapped during an operation. And it is pretty much all in real time from the time shit starts going down to the time they get out. And then obviously has some of the photos of the actual location at the end. And it does the thing where it shows all of the cast members against who they were playing in real life. Some of them they had to blur out faces. I will say that this is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, but it's not a horror movie because the way that this movie is designed for its audio and and its visuals, you hear bullets crack by your ear, you feel explosions. There is a jump scare in this movie so bad, or so good, that I did not see it coming, and it caught me out of my seat. Like, I jumped, and probably one of the best jump scares I've ever seen, and it's not in a horror movie.
Nice.
The cast here is incredible. They're doing the work. They're doing all that hard work to really feel like they're actually soldiers in that situation. If there's any glaring issue I have is that we don't get enough time with them to really feel for them as characters. I think the film just expects you to feel for them because they're veterans, because they're soldiers, as opposed to giving us a more well-rounded character. Not that there's not nothing. There is enough given for you to be like, I don't want that person to die, Yeah. So there is enough, but that's also not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is to show a moment in time from the best of their memory and recollection, which is interesting because the film doesn't say based on true events. It says based on memory. So a very different movie from a lot of other military films lately. And again, one that feels very anti-war and not like propaganda, which I would expect from A24. So, and lastly, before we get to Kevin's first one here, is First Blood, the first Rambo movie, which I had never seen. And I highly recommend that all of you watch because it's actually much better than you think it's going to be. I thought this was going to be a popular just action movie, Rambo taking down the bad guys. No, he's a Vietnam vet who comes home from the wars looking for his old military buddies, and he's pretty much a transient moving from town to town. And when he's accosted by the police basically just treat him like shit for no reason. Like, they basically they do the whole thing where they get the powered hose and they wash him in the cell and basically treat him like a prisoner in Vietnam. He starts to have memories and flashbacks and then goes on a rampage against the police department. And this movie really, before we had a name for it, before it was more common, really plays with the idea of PTSD. And I will say it's one of Stallone's best performances towards the end of this movie. There's a part where he breaks down crying in front of his old superior officer because of everything that's gone on and the everything he's gone through. It's a far better film than I was expecting it to be, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who has not seen it. It also can get pretty brutal, so if you want a good old-fashioned brutal action movie, you can check this one out. It's easily the best of the Rambo movies for sure.
Have you seen the other Rambo movies?
I've seen the fourth one, which is the one where he was in Thailand. And that's the one that everyone knows, where he's on the machine gun, people are blowing up. And then there was a fifth one, which was him as an old man, which was terrible too. So, I don't know. I highly recommend this one.
Okay, very cool. I'm up next. The Toxic Avenger. He's not part of the Avengers, but you know what? Some people think he is. And this movie was just really fun. It's about bullying, how bullying is wrong, and then if you get superpowers, you can beat up everybody. And it's just one of those cheesy 80s movies where The kills are good. The story is it takes a kind of a cool turn where he wants to be an Avenger. He doesn't want to be a monster the entire time, which I thought was pretty. It's a different thing, and the whole town gets behind him instead of trying to shoot him or like delete him pretty much. So it was fun. There's just so many like funny little things that happen in this movie that I want people to go watch it for. But given 86 out of 100, it's just one of those movies that
68.
68. I'm sorry, 68 out of 100. And one of those movies we can put on in the background and just be like, what the hell were they thinking there? So, but I absolutely enjoyed it.
Are you going to go and try and see the remake coming out this year?
Possibly, yeah.
All right.
It might hinder the original, but we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so that's Kevin's only movie outside the wheel spins. We'll get to my last two here. Up first is what I think to be the best American film about World War II, specifically the Pacific Theater, which is Letters from Iwo Jima. This is an American movie about World War II that I watched for class that is not about Americans. This is following the Japanese on the island of Iwo Jima as the Americans invade it, and it is about their last stand on the island. And the letters that they leave behind and how it connects them to their families and such. This was a companion film that came out the same year as Flags of Our Fathers, and this is the film that rightfully is seen as better, which is fantastic because this movie is so emotional. I don't think I've ever cried during a war movie before, and I cried during this one because there's some genuinely emotional and heart-touching moments that happen throughout this entire movie. I really appreciate that, it's not, there's no stereotypes. There's no like racist depictions of the Japanese. It's all respectful and treats them with honor. Because, like American soldiers, right? They're just people fighting for their country. Mm-hmm. And they had been propagandized into thinking bad things about Americans, just as we were propagandized to think racist things about the Japanese. So this does a really good job at making us feel for what was originally our enemy. They are humans on the other side of this conflict, and I think that's what's so powerful about it. I am gonna say I think I like this movie a little bit better than Saving Private Ryan, which is a tough thing. Usually, a lot of people don't agree with me on that, but like I hold them in like equal contention, right? Like Saving Private Ryan's still the best one about the European theater. This is still the best one about the Pacific theater. For certain. I highly recommend this movie. Even if you don't like war movies, this is a movie that I think you should watch. I think this is a necessary watch, actually, like for even beyond war films. Like this is just like, you should watch this movie, nice. To remember that there are humans on both sides of any conflict, argument, debate, war, whatever, right? Yep. So I highly recommend that movie. And lastly, Black Klansman, which I had actually never seen before, and someone at YouTube decided to make it free if you have a Prime or a YouTube Premium. And hell yeah, that person deserves a raise. Give him a raise. Black Klansman is a awesome movie. I cannot more highly recommend this movie. It is so incredible in the way that it's made. It is funny, but it is also a little scary because obviously this is dealing with the KKK and cops that go undercover within it to try and thwart any attacks or violence. But it also takes place during this time in American history where, civil rights were up in flux and people were getting very vocal. And it follows the first Black police officer to join the Colorado Springs Police Department. This is based on a real story, by the way. A giant middle finger to David Duke and the KKK. So, gotta love that. The cast is incredible. John David Washington is great as Ron Stallworth. Adam Driver is fantastic as Flip, who's the white cop who goes undercover for him after Ron gets into the KKK. The entire cast is fantastic. Everyone does such a great job. I hate saying this, but Topher Grace plays David Duke in this movie, who was the Grand Wizard of the KKK, and he plays him like a lovable doofus, which is so weird to say because no one in the KKK should be lovable, but they make him into such a moron, and it's so funny to me. It's a wonderful little performance. I love this movie. It's really dark, and some of its material can get really, you know, really palpable. The ending of this movie is very powerful. Given recent history, it does tie itself into recent history, which is really cool. And this feels like Spike Lee back at his best. I think this is his second best movie next to
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing right now, for sure. But yeah, I have yet to see a lot of his other movies though. So I do think this is like, it's interesting, right? Because I just watched Miracle at St. Anna, which is so bad, but then this one that is just so good. Like, it just, you know, the right material, right cast, and the right amount of budget, you know, which is really interesting too. If any of you are horror fans, this movie was produced by Blumhouse.
Oh, really?
And Monkey Paw, which is Jordan Peele's production company. So it's kind of interesting that those, like Jason Blum, who's the head of Blumhouse, is a producer on this movie.
Interesting.
So technically, Jason Blum has a Best Picture nomination, which is so funny to me. But yeah, highly recommend this movie. If you have YouTube Premium, it's free on there. Go check it out because it's very rarely available anywhere else except for like Netflix occasionally. So highly recommend it. If I win the wheel spin for Kevin, he's watching it. So
okay.
But that's it for the non-wheel spin movies.
Mm-hmm.
First Blood is based off a book with a different ending. Every sequel after is the action nonstop explosions people typically associate with. 100%. I'm so excited to actually get the chance to read the book to see how similar it is, because this does not feel like what I know Rambo to be, and I really liked that, which was probably the best part. Like, I was not expecting the movie to be that grounded and portraying of mental health issues, which was fantastic.
Very cool.
And not in a negative way either. So, Alrighty, let's get into the wheel spins, Kevin, and you're short.
Yeah, my short. The band concert. This is just a classic Walt Disney animation short. It's fantastic. It's the animation is amazing in this, and it just gives it so much charm because of how old it is. And I absolutely enjoyed it. Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse just going at it, trying to play a song or two, and then them fighting over it. Really good, but I really just enjoyed all the animation style and action in this movie. It was fantastic. Really, really good, especially, and you think about the time that this came out at, it's incredible what they could do at that time. So I gave it 95 out of 100.
Nice. My short, was not expecting this, was the Chicken from Outer Space. This was the original cartoon short that introduced the world to Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, I was thinking Chicken Little.
No. So this is the first ever short we got for Courage the Cowardly Dog. In it, we get Miriam and Eustace, and we get Courage. Obviously, very, I don't want to say primitive, but early versions of those characters. There's no voiceover, which I would say I was definitely missing, because I'm so used to Muriel and Eustace and Courage's voices that not having voices in this definitely wasn't that good. I was missing it. But maybe that's just me. But it's some of that early greatness is there, right? We get the defining qualities, like how creepy it can be. Like, there's a couple of shots in this that were like genuinely kind of creepy. And then the outrageous battles kind of between like Courage and the chicken. Like, instead of just chasing each other around, they're doing different kinds of fighting. Like, they're playing checkers, and then the chicken's like, nah, screw that, and then wants to do like an arm wrestle, and they don't like that stuff's really funny. And just the way that it looks, like it all predates the show, but it looks just like the show, and it was so cool to see, because I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think it's one of the best Cartoon Network shows. And this was the way that it was originally supposed to look. Cool. So kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I did not know that it was based on a short. So
nice.
Let's get to Kevin's first movie and only movie.
Yeah, my only movie was From Beyond, and then again I watched another 80s kind of horror-ish movie. This movie is 50-50 for me, just because it didn't go into any details about what the scientists were trying to prove with their experiment. I think I would have liked that a little bit more, and then more of the horror, body horror, and horror aspects beyond that. No pun intended. But if it would have stuck in one direction, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. I mean, the practical effects are amazing in this movie. The weirdness as well is amazing in this movie. But if it would have just stuck to kind of more of the silence and what is from beyond, I think I would have liked it a little bit better. So I gave it a 53 out of 100.
All right. And my first movie, the one that I was watching to make up for not having watched one last week because of unavailability, is Night of the Creeps from 1986. It's some more 80s cheese. Gotta love it. And I will say it's the kind of like, it's the mid cheese, right? When you go to the charcuterie board, this is not the first cheese you pick, but it's the cheese you go to when the good cheese is gone. You know, like it's good, it's fine, but it's not your first cheese choice, right? Am I making sense here?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You're picking up the cheese on the platter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is definitely an improvement over the Slumber Party Massacre, which I watched last week or the week before. But I do think that Chopping Mall is more fun, and I do think Chopping Mall is better. But there are some really good things to this movie. I really like the intro. The intro is like takes place in the 50s. Also, the alien part looks great. I don't know how it looks that good for an 80s movie. But the intro being like in the 50s, it's all black and white, and it feels like a different movie. And then when we get the 80s set movie, it feels like we're watching the sequel to a movie that doesn't exist, which is really a fun concept, and I really like that. I also like the effects. Like the practical effects in this movie are really good. Like I mentioned with the aliens, but also just later on when they're all zombie ghoul creatures or whatever, like they look good. The little alien experiment slithery type things look pretty cool as well, and they look pretty decent for the time. However, my biggest problem with this movie is when we get to the 80s and it's just that boring like 80s college or school movie. Like I don't care. Like, oh, it's pledge week. We gotta get into the Jennifer's not gonna like me because I'm not Sigma Beta cuck, right? Like I hate that shit. It's so overdone. The script feels really lazy when it's in those moments. Like it feels like it attacked all that in because that's how they're going to get the girlfriends into the theater with the guy, or like that's how they're going to get more people to watch this movie for some reason. Like it's just not good. None of the characters are any good in this movie. They're all very wooden. I mean, the main nerdy guy, sure, he's fine. He has a couple of fun lines that are cheesy. But like when it gets to the actual meat and bones of it, no pun intended, when it gets to like the actual fighting off the creeps and everything, and then like seeing Tom Atkins after watching Halloween 3, I was like, where the hell has this guy been my whole life? He's lovably cheesy here. I want to watch more movies with Tom Atkins because he's always a lot of fun. It's a cheesy, lovable little space horror movie that when it's not dealing with the 80s college school bland, boring, same formula stuff, it's pretty fun. So I gave it a 68. Not a bad score by any means. I was expecting to give it a lot lower.
No.
Excuse me. Alrighty, but then I had another movie to watch, which is actually this week's Wheel Spin, which was Enter the Dragon. And oh man, for being a fan of Mortal Kombat for so long, finally seeing where they got the inspiration for Mortal Kombat, it's pretty fun. This movie is super, super fun. This basically feels like Bruce Lee was like, I want to be James Bond. And Warner Brothers was like, okay, here's some money. He's at his height here. He's at his peak with his martial arts skills. He's also super charismatic. There's a couple of moments where he's very wooden, but that's more so the character kind of trying to be more stoic. But he has those moments where, like, he could get that girl if he wanted to. But then, like, the supporting cast is also really fun, too, right? Like, Jim Kelly, who plays Williams, who's the black samurai, fighter dude. He's great character. John Saxon, the father sheriff from Nightmare on Elm Street, is in this movie as a martial arts fighter, and he's great too. In any other movie, he'd be the lead character, but of course, we want to get Bruce Lee instead, right? And then the villain Han, who was played by Sek Kin, super fun. Really felt like a Bond villain with those kind of cheesy, over-the-top speeches, like, "You want to join me? We're doing the right thing here for whatever," right? Fight scenes are great. Bruce Lee definitely had a knack for choreographing for the camera. It can be a little goofy at times. I mean, I can't lie. I do giggle whenever I hear him go, "Oh!" like when he makes his little noises. Like it's just part of his charm, though, and that's why it's really well done. I mentioned like earlier with Night of the Creeps how it's not the best cheese on the charcuterie board. This is the cheese you eat first. This is the good cheese on the charcuterie board. It is the perfect length. I do think the movie does drag in a couple of areas. Particularly in the beginning when it's all going out of order time sync wise, it's a little odd. But it does end up working. Like none of this makes me like really hate on the movie significantly in any way, though. It is so fun. This movie has so clearly influenced pop culture. That it's really hard to ignore, and especially myself as a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. It's literally Mortal Kombat. They're going to a remote island to fight, in front of a guy who wants to, take souls to be more powerful or whatever. I don't know. There's also some of the Big Trouble in Little China in there too. But absolutely love this movie. It was so fun. Can't wait to add that one to my collection for sure.
Good, very good. Yeah, I highly enjoyed it as well. So,
the chicken from OS was also nominated for an Oscar. Oh, I did not know that. Was it really? Let me see here. It's gonna be really cool if it was. I don't doubt you. I'm just I'm curious if it actually. Yeah, nominated for an Oscar. I'm guessing animated short. Yeah, 1996. Wow. Courage the Cowardly Dog was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, good.
Also, I don't know if you know what the Jimmy Neutron movie was too.
Neutron movie? Wow.
But last year, Garrett, did you see the very small Jackie Chan appearance in Enter? As I know Kevin missed it when he saw it. I did not see it either. I also did not know it was in there. I totally forgot.
Yeah, and I think he's like one of, I don't want to call him the background, but he's one of like the minions or something like that.
I want to double check here. Jackie Chan, Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee versus Jackie Chan. Oh, I see him. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Yeah, he's in it for like not even 30 seconds. So that's fun. Alrighty, Kevin. You know what time it is.
It's spinning the wheel for movies time.
I don't know why you keep phrasing it that way, but yes, it's that time. If you have anything you'd like to add to the wheel, go ahead and make sure those are added into the chat. Go ahead and we'll add them. But I've been getting a lot of horror movies or cheesy horror movies lately. I kind of want... I did get Enter the Dragon, so that doesn't really count. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know. Give me something... I don't know. Give me something starting with an S. I don't just something.
S.
But what are you looking for, Kevin?
I don't know. Maybe like a 90s romantic, because I'm seeing like 16 Candles I've never seen. That would be kind of cool to do that. Selena looks really cool. Lost Boys I heard is really good as well.
All right.
Something like that.
Joey does want to know, how many different new names for Spin the Wheel do you have, Kevin?
I don't keep count, so we'll see when we get there. And
also, don't count out dyslexia, because that also means it's like 35 like exponential different names for it too.
Yep.
Not making fun of his dyslexia. I don't know. It was a funny joke to me. All right. Nadia says Toxic Avengers. This will be one for me.
Yes, it will.
I've been wanting to watch it because of the new one coming out, so hopefully I can land on that one. I just saw Serbian films on here. Yay!
For you.
Yeah, for me. Hitman Heart, Wrestling with Shadows. I believe that is a wrestling documentary.
It is about Bret the Hitman Hart.
Have you seen it?
No, I've not.
Then I will leave it for both of us. All right. We'll give it another minute or so. I don't know if you've seen it, Kevin. There's a great wrestling documentary about Andre the Giant called, I believe it's just called Andre the Giant on Max. It's really good.
Max? Oh, okay.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
WrestleMania coming up, so.
Well, there you go. Watch it before.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Give it another 30 seconds here. I gotta peer edit another person in my class their paper tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow, but I gotta do that, and then
You're just gonna chat GPT it?
no, I'm actually going to do it. I only use ChatGPT to assist me in going through like the articles and stuff for like sources, just to have them like summarize it for it. And then I actually do read them, but like once I go back to actually write the paper, I want to know where things are in the paper, things like that.
Yeah.
So I never use it to write anything. All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Kevin, let's get you a short.
My short first. I kind of want the Courage the Cowardly Dog one too.
Well, it's not still on here. I can put it on here.
No, it's okay. I might watch it just by itself.
It is on archive.org if you want to watch it.
Internet Archive?
Yeah, same thing. Alrighty, and it's Buckaroo Bugs. I was actually able to read it.
Because it's right next to it.
Buckaroo Bugs is Kevin's short. Alright. We'll go ahead and delete that from the list. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And spin.
Let's see if you get closer than me. Let's go short. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, we're one.
No, it is the Ducksters. I was, it's kind of funny. I was like so tempted. I was like, because I really want to watch that Stalker one.
Mm-hmm.
So I was tempted to just say it's the Stalker one, but it's not. It's the Ducksters. Alrighty, Kevin, let's get your movie.
Let's get my movie.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
Let's see if you get. Oh, let's get you Martyrs.
Martyrs. What is that? Oh, that's the
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, isn't that a depressing movie?
Let's find out. I don't remember. I think it's a
Harry Potter person.
Nope, it's a romance comedy drama. I think you're thinking of The Fault in Our Stars.
No, I was thinking of this one. I don't know what's it about, but I remember always seeing the poster for it.
That's a guy who always stood from the sidelines, and now he has his chance at getting love. So
okay, it's on Max.
Alrighty,
that's okay.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. That red and blue line is back, and let's spin. Let's see. Oh, it's a short. He was thinking of Flowers in the Attic. What Nadia is saying.
Flowers in the Attic? I don't know what I was thinking then.
I think you were thinking of Fault in Our Stars, but... Oh! Oh, Pinky! Interesting. I believe this is the one that, yeah. Okay, this is the one that Joey got for me, and that I own on DVD. That's going to be pretty interesting. I've been waiting to watch this one, so I will check it out. All right. Pinky.
Pinky. What is this?
That's about a light-skinned black woman returning to her grandmother's house in the South after graduating from a northern nursing school. Pinky tells her grandmother that she's been passing for white while at school in the North. In addition, she has fallen in love with a young white doctor who knows nothing about her black heritage.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is it's pretty scandalous for its time. It featured a white actress playing someone who's supposed to be part black. So we'll see how that goes.
Scandalous.
The reviews aren't terrible, so that's a good sign. But that is going to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Joey does make a good point that it was controversial at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely controversial. Obviously, anything having to do with race in the 40s was going to be controversial, but definitely ahead of its time in terms of like trying to make the kind of the issues at present. But people tried to get it banned. Yeah, it's because people didn't like. You think the whole "it's woke" thing is new? No, it's not. which is now racism has an easier name, and it's called woke. But that's going to be it for this week, everyone. We do have a brand new movie club coming out this Friday. We're going to be covering The Usual Suspects, which is a movie that I have never seen before, so it's kind of cool to see it for the first time. And, of course, this show goes live every single Wednesday, almost said Friday, every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We love being here with you guys, and even with Kevin's thing coming up, he's not going to miss it for you. He's going to he's still going to come on.
Yep.
So, but if anyone has anything else, now's the time. But we will see you all next week, same time, same place, and until then, keep those eyes on the screen.